Okay, sixth graders, we had an idea for our March Madness party on Friday to go ahead and have everybody fill out a basketball bracket for fun and for excitement, if you will. Um, and so here's what I need you to do. I need you to go to your email, and there should be an email from me that says it's a forward about SPE sixth grade pool invite. So you should see it up here. If you could go ahead and get on there and open that up, and teachers pause the video until everybody is at the email. Okay, now that you are at the email, we are going to join this pool host thing. I don't even know what to call it, but we're going to join it. We need to click here on this link to log in and create an account. So click on this link here. Yeah. Make this a little bigger. Okay, when you get here, we are going to need to create a poolhost.com account. So go ahead and click on that. Next, we are going to fill in this information. So I'm filling this in as if I am Mrs. Graves because I used her email. And then let's only show last initial to pool admins. For your username, I would like everybody to use your username from your Chromebook login. So it'll just be easier to remember and it'll be appropriate. So for instance, Mrs. Graves is Teresa.Graves. Oh, you can't do dots, so it'll just be Teresa Graves. And yours should be whatever your username is when you go to log into the computer. Not the email, but just the, name and number part. Then, again, use your school email here. And then your password, I would also like for you to use your Chrome login that goes along with your, when you log in, sorry, don't know why I keep stuttering. For Mrs. Graves, I'm just going to do SPE Graves. And then you have to confirm it over here, SPE Graves. And then I would like you to hide your email address from others, and then you have to click the I have read, understand, and accept the policies. Do not click that you want receive email pick reminders. Leave that blank. And then you need to click on the I'm not a robot. And then click on register. If you have an error. Still doesn't like what I put over there. Okay, so then click register. And teachers, you might need to pause while kids fill that out and get it logged in or whatever. I'm going to choose never for Miss Graves on here. If this comes up for you, you can choose if you want it to save it or not. And then it should say joining a pool. You're trying to join pool SPE sixth grade pool. Click on confirm button to complete the process. Okay, and a couple of things about this site. So we will check in on here periodically as the tournament is going on in math class, and we will see who our current leaders are, and we can see how many points they picked, et cetera, et cetera. One thing I do want to caution you about, this says smack talk. In sports, there are times when people talk back and forth about things. We are not going to open up this can of worms. We're not going to use this to send messages back and forth to each other. I can see all the messages and things that are being sent. If you send something, that'll be an automatic revocation of your green card. You will not be able to attend the party, and you will be kicked out of our brackets, and there might be other consequences for not listening and following directions. So again, even though this is available, please do not utilize that. We are just using this to show our winners and current leaders and to have fun. So what you need to do next is you need to go up and pick your picks. So you go up and you say make or change picks. So here, you pick which item you want here. Oh, so this is who you're doing right now. So I am in the South region, And so these are all the games that are happening in the South region. So you're just going to look through here and you're going to decide which team you think will win this game. A couple of things to know about this. This is their ranking in this pool here. So out of all of these teams, Virginia is ranked the best, and then Cincinnati is second. This over here tells you their record currently. This team has won 31 games and has lost 2 games. How you decide who's going to win is totally up to you. Some people choose based off of their records, wins-loss records. Some people choose off of what state they like better or little things of that nature. It's really up to you. I don't want you spending too much time making these picks now, so go ahead and just kind of go through and pick who you think is going to win each game. I'm just kind of randomly doing it, and that's okay. If you have no clue what to do and you want to randomly do it, you can. So then next this says Virginia is playing Kansas State. So now I have to decide between Virginia and Kansas State who's going to win. Since I know Mr. J likes Kansas State, I'm going to go ahead and pick Kansas State. I've been to Kentucky before. I'm going to pick there. I like warm weather in Miami, and I was born in Texas, so I picked Texas. Now, between Kansas State and Kentucky, who do I think is going to win? I'll go ahead and stick with Kansas. Here, I'm going to go ahead and pick Texas. And then between Kansas and Texas, who's going to win? And here, sorry, Mr. J, I'm going to have to go with Texas. Okay, after you finish each bracket, you have to hit Save Picks. So now it has saved my South, and so now I'll go to the West. And so I went to the West and picked all the way through there. After I got to this point, I hit Save Picks, so it'll save. And then I go to the East, do the same process there. Make sure you save picks before you go to the next, and then hit your Midwest. And after you complete the Midwest, hit Save Picks, and then you can go to your Final Four and choose who will win in the semifinals and who will be in the finals. Once you have all 4 of your regions completed, you go to the Final Four, and then you have to choose who's going to win this game and who's going to win this game, and then between that, who's going to be the champion. As a tiebreaker, you need to put in the total points of the championship game. So how many points the one team is going to score plus the number of points the other team is going to score. And then make sure you hit Save Picks, and then your picks should be in here that you can come back and look at whenever you want. And then we will look at this in class to kind of see who's in the lead and what the standings are. We'll be able to see over here what your names are and how many points you got and where they are at. All right, now that you are finished with this, you can go to Google Classroom and complete today's lesson.